Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another episode of In Silence. Today I want to talk to you about win yourself back from the world. The culture is not your friend. Corporations, media, companies are not your friend. They dehumanize you and they see you as a means to a selfish end. They cheat you. They only see you as a consumer or as a product, as a means to an end, the end of profit, the end of power, whatever selfish gain. The culture is not your friend. Your idols are sick. Your celebrities are unhealthy. And yet they only represent the masses. They are no different than the masses. Celebrities are no different from you and I. However, we are all conditioned to a certain extent by our environment. Society, how we were raised, parents, family, friends, schools, education systems, institutions, corporations, religion, culture, society. These all play a role in your conditioning. You have been conditioned to be a certain way, to live a certain way, to think and feel and act in a certain way. And yet my message for you today is not a message of fear. It's a message of hope. You have the power to win yourself back from the world. The culture is not your friend. Realize that. It doesn't want the best for you. It only uses you, dehumanizes you, treats you as an object. We are all conditioned to a certain extent, but the question is, will you be a slave to the environment, or will you rise up and be a master of the environment? In order to be a master of the environment, you have to be a master of your own self. To be a master of your own self, you have to master your mind, master your existence. What does it mean to be a slave to the environment? It means that the environment dictates how you think, feel, and act. But to be a master of the environment, to be a master of yourself is still a possibility. It's still possible and probable. And you have all that you need to become what you're destined to be. The culture is not your friend, so what should you do? What you should do is not be distracted anymore. Refuse to be distracted. Live your life based on purpose and focus. Every moment in your life should be guided, directed with purpose and focus. Don't be taken by the world, pulled, absorbed into things of the world. Remember, culture, the media, whatever, it's not your friend. Don't be so absorbed emotionally in worldly things. This world is nothing but a passing show, an illusion. Every single religion argued that the world is nothing but an illusion, whether it be Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam. All these religions say that the world is nothing but an illusion, and yet How absorbed are you in something that's not real at all? You are consumed and absorbed by this illusion. You enjoy being distracted, and because you enjoy being distracted, you are a slave to the environment. Your environment dictates where your awareness goes and where your energy flows. But I'm here to remind you that you have the power to be the steward of your awareness, to decide, to dictate where your awareness goes and where your energy flows. To be focused, to be driven by purpose, to not be distracted. Political leaders are ignorant. Political leaders are ignorant and weak. And yet they represent the people, because they're only a reflection of the state of consciousness that the people are in. It seems like the unintelligent people rule over the world. The unelected people in power seek to remain in power and have and gain more, acquire more wealth. But their existence and their way of living depends on the people. If the people themselves are not ignorant, if the people themselves are awake and are not a slave to the environment, not a slave to desires and fears, if the people are awake and know who they are, if they are focused and driven by purpose, if the people refuse to be distracted, then the world and its problems and the suffering made by humans will be no more. And I have faith in this hope that the people will awaken, and you are one of them. The truth of the matter is that you decide where your awareness goes, and where your awareness goes, your energy will flow. Wherever your energy flows into, you create more of whatever it is. The culture is not your friend. Win yourself back from the world. How do you do that? Learn how to be. I'm not asking you to go out into the world and change the whole thing. I'm simply stating the simple fact, the necessary act that needs to be done. Learn how to be. Learn how to be with yourself. Take on the attitude of being a witness to your inner world. Be the observer of your mind. Be observant of your inner world, your inner state, the thoughts, the emotions that happen, and be aware of the motives, your motives that drive your actions. Be aware of what you think. Be aware of what you feel. Be aware of what you speak. Be aware of what you do. Learn how to be. Don't be pulled into the world so easily. It's not, be the observer of your mind, not just for a moment, for 5 minutes. No, do this moment after moment, day in, day out, until you're the master of yourself. Don't let a single thought go through your mind unchecked. Don't let a single emotion happen to you without it being checked. Don't let your actions come from a state of unawareness, of ignorance. Let all your actions flow from a place of pure observation, of pure being, of awareness. This is how you win yourself back from the world. This is how you end your slavery to the environment. You end your slavery to your desires and fears. And you become the master of yourself. And when you're a master of yourself, you become a master of your environment, because you dictate where your energy flows and how it flows and when and where. To be a master of yourself is completely possible, and yet don't think it will come easy. It's gonna take discipline, it's gonna take focus, it's gonna take persistent willpower. Whenever you're observing your inner world, always ask yourself, are these thoughts coming from the influence of the environment, or are they coming from me? What's creating my thoughts? Why do I feel inclined to feel certain ways? Where are my actions coming from? What are the necessary things I need to do to be healthier, to be stronger, to be wiser, to be happier, to evolve in character, to love mindfully, to be kind, compassionate, understanding? All of these things are the necessary things. And you can't work on these things when you are a slave to the environment. When people, things, events, places dictate where your awareness goes and how you feel. The task I'm giving you is no easy task. And yet I've shared the biggest secret. To overcome the world, you must transcend your mind. In every moment, be aware of how your awareness is moving, where your awareness is going to, what is controlling that awareness. What is telling your awareness to go to certain places, whether it's to be anxious about a certain thing, or worried about another thing, or to fear certain things, or to judge, or to whatever. Be aware of how your awareness moves, and where it moves, and when it moves, and why it moves to certain things and places and emotions. When you are totally aware of that, when you are totally aware of your inner world, your inner state, you have power over it because you understand it. When you have power over it, you can choose to be happier. Happiness is a choice. You can water the seeds of happiness in your mind through mindfulness and concentration, through self-awareness. You will gain greater happiness, a happiness that the world cannot give you. It's pure, it's authentic, it's genuine. It's not covered with the facade of material things. It's not dependent on a person or a place or an event or a thing. It's dependent totally on you. So my message today is definitely not to discourage you, but to remind you that the culture is not your friend. And it's time for you to win yourself back from the world by learning how to be, living a life of purpose and focus, refusing to be distracted by anything at all, being the observer of your mind, of your inner world, understanding yourself. And when you do all that, moment after moment, day after day, month after month, year after year, you will become a master of yourself. And when you're a master of yourself, you're a master of the environment. You will be totally independent. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you will be independent, and you'll be much more healthier. Alright, that's all I have to share with you today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.